Hey witches, this is Dawn, and I want to share something with you. Something that I struggled with a long time ago when I was a newbie witch. And I just wanted to share my experience with a jar spell and the colors of the candles that I used. But before we get into that, I just wanted to say that I did some experiments and StreamYard was the culprit for the blurry videos. I tested it this morning and it looks clear, so fingers crossed. Also, I noticed that a database that I have to connect to for work was connecting much quicker. Before, I had to wait about 5 minutes, at minimum 5 minutes. 5 minutes to connect to this database. So it's connecting much faster. So I think there's something to do with the signal. Oh, and Mercury is in retrograde. Lovely. So I have been experiencing a lot of software woes. So just Mercury retrograde, just be conscious, be deliberate, and make sure you think about all of the different ways something can go wrong and prepare. That's the message that I get from Mercury, from me anyway, because I am not good at preparing. I'm a procrastinator. If I plan for something, I can get it done. But I don't. Procrastinate the planning. Anyway, so I wanted to show you something. While Skip was in treatment, and I used a jar spell, and I will link the video down below so you can check it out if you want to see how I made it. And now I'm going to show you how I used it while Skip was in treatment. So the treatments were brutal, absolutely brutal. And I'm not going to go into detail because Skip is not open to me sharing on social media. Friends and family is okay. So I will pass on that. So and it's not necessary anyway. So anyway, I'm going to show you back behind me my little setup, and it's very simple. And I will tell you this, I can't prove it, but all of the doctors and nurses kept telling Skip over and over and over how well he was doing, how well he was getting through it. They told him that the last 2 weeks, uh, for sure he was really going to feel it. And most likely I was going to need to go up there and take care of him, make sure he got fed and make sure he got to his appointments. That did not happen. And they said for sure, he would not be able to drive home after the last treatment. He drove home. Really amazing. Just amazing how all of that came out. And I wonder, I can't prove it, but I wonder if it was, partially from this jar spell that I did. Okay, so let me show it to you real quick. Oh, one more thing I want to mention. I've noticed I've picked up a troll. This is a very religious person who's telling me I'm following Luciferian doctrine and one step away from blood sacrifices, and I'm in league with the deep state and Freemasonry and occult and all that stuff. So just ignore this person. Them leaving me comments makes me look good to YouTube. So I'm okay with that. Just don't engage him if you don't want to. Don't get into anything negative or angry with him. Just if you wanted to post a little something, Dawn's not like that. Really, just get a life. Whatever, just be nice. Be nice, okay? But let this person leave me comments. It makes me look good with YouTube, so I'm not upset about it. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna move out of the way. Ta-da! Okay, there we go. Let me move up. Ooh, I'm losing it. This is hard. I'm using this, I guess they call it the selfie camera lens. Nothing special here. I will say this is shungite that's wrapped in jewelry wire. And the reason why I wrapped it in jewelry wire is because of experiments that Nancy Hopkins had done, and she wire wraps hers And then I have these crystals around in a circle, and I'll explain that in a second. So I'm going to put you back. So where was I? Nancy Hopkins has done some experiments with shungite and wrapping it in this jewelry wire. The coating on the wire, along with the copper, creates an orgone field, and it works with the shungite to make the shungite more effective. Okay, so I put that together on this jar, and the crystals that I have around this in a circle, that idea came from somebody on YouTube that I follow. His name, well, the channel name is The Old Lab Rat or Old Lab Rat, one or the other. I can't remember right now. I'll link it down below. And if I can find the actual video, I will link that. I'll put the link down below. He experiments with orgone and he experiments with the pendulum. Just to let you know, he's a Christian, but he's not the fundamental evangelical kind of Christian. He's very mystical, very spiritual, just so you know. But he does these experiments, and he's just a deep thinker when he does these experiments, and what he's uncovered is just mind-blowing to me. Anyway, I'm a little bit of a science nerd. So I get into that stuff. Anyway, he said that if you put a circle of crystals like that, it amplifies the energy. And the crystals points are on one end, so the other end is open, and so the point of each of the crystals point to the back end of the other crystal, so that it'll receive that signal or that energy from the one behind it and amplifies it and sends it to the next one and amplifies it and sends it to the next one, and it does increase the energy. So I did that as well. Okay, so now what I want to talk to you about is the colors of the candles that I use, because as a newbie witch, I was always frustrated with not being able to, you know, at that time I didn't have a lot of money and I couldn't just go out and buy a whole bunch of different candle colors, you know, and ingredients and stuff like that. So I didn't always have the ingredients for the spells that I had found that I wanted to try. So I'm going to talk you through this. I started out with a blue candles, because that blue represents healing to me. And I used them up. And then I looked through my stash and, oh, okay, I think I used pink next, which is compassion and unconditional love. So the blue candles, I focus the energy of healing and sending that healing energy to Skip. And so the jar spell, to me, holds the energy of perfect health, restoring perfect health. That energy is in there. It's like a generator. And the candle releases that energy as the candle burns. And the color of the candle can also be added to what energy is being sent to Skip. Does that make sense? I hope. So the blue candle I used as just healing energy. And then the pink candle was compassion and love, my heart to his heart, and that kind of energy I wanted to send to him. Then I ran out of those, and I had white candles, which is a universal color, right? So you can use that for anything. So back to healing. And then I ran out of those. So then what I had left was black candles. And so I started burning the black candles, and I'm thinking in my mind, black is protective. So I wanted to send protective energy to protect him from the side effects of the treatments that were happening. And I noticed something very interesting, and I'll show you here. All of these candles burned very well without a lot of wax dripping. You can see the different colors. Just very little wax would drip. The black candles dripped like crazy. I mean, that's a lot of that is the black just dribbling all over, the wax dribbling all over. So I was thinking, you know, black is like, it's protective. And so it feels like the wax is dribbling all over to bring protection to Skip. And I also noticed something else, which is very interesting. Chunks of wax would drop off. It would burn down in the center, and then these little pillars on the side would just fall off. And to me, this feels like the black wax was trapping bad stuff and holding it, and would pop off because it didn't want that as part of the cloak, so to speak, the black waxy cloak that was protecting Skip. So I'm going to bury the chunks that fell off, because I feel like I need to return that to Mother Earth for Mother Earth to take care of it and transform into positive energy. Okay, so that's my experience with this jar spell. And I want you to be encouraged and inspired to use whatever you have and just feel what it represents, what aspects, because every plant and every color and every substance has more than just one aspect to it. It has all sorts of different energy that you can call on and ask it to help you. So these different colors, even though they weren't all blue, they had aspects that could help me with this protecting Skip and sending this energy of protection to Skip. Hopefully that makes sense, and hopefully you are encouraged to really tap into the herbs and the crystals and different things, and talk to them and ask them to help you and creating the spell and the energy that you really want to manifest. Okay, so don't be limited. Just because you see a spell where they said you have to use an orange candle, it doesn't mean you have to use an orange candle. You can use a white candle and just program it. Just say, this is what I want you to do for me. Okay, so you are in charge. You are the master. We are all gods, by the way. That's in the Bible. That is in the Bible. Do you not know ye are gods? That just blew my mind as a Christian when I was being brought up as a Christian, so, with my foster parents. But anyway, so I'll leave that with you. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your comments. Please let me know what you think, and do something today that brings you joy and makes you feel good. I love you all. And until next time, blessed be.